For example 2, it tells us lines 1 and 2 are parallel. Find sides A and B. Now, first up, what they're telling me to do is to find that information. If I focus solely on that information that they're asking me to find, so I've got this right triangle here. If I focus just on that right triangle, what I can see there is I have a right angle, so right triangle, I have a hypotenuse, I'm trying to find the opposite and adjacent measures to P, right? And what you might recall from lesson 45, I think it was, or 44, one of those two, where we were solving right triangles, we needed one of two things to happen. Either we knew two sides, or we knew a side and an angle, right? A side and an acute angle, right? Well, I don't know two sides, I only know one side. And I don't know any acute angles, so I don't have enough information to find A and B with this right triangle at this moment in time. Right? So that's where this other information comes into play. It says that 1 and 2 are parallel lines. I remember there's properties of parallel lines that tell me things are equal, right? Acute equals acute, obtuse equals obtuse, acute plus obtuse equals 180, right? So what I've got here is an obtuse measure, 153. So obviously Z is going to be 27 degrees because acute and obtuse add up to 180, right? Also, if I consider just the parallel lines cut by the transversal, here's a parallel line, here's a parallel line, here's a transversal. All right? P is also an acute angle. All right? In the same parallel lines and the same transversal. So I can then say, obviously, since Z is 27, P must be 27 degrees. So I'm using the parallel lines cut by transversal in order to create information in my right triangle that will help me find the measures of angles A and, or sides A and B. So now, if I focus solely on that, that's not good. Chopped off A by accident. All right, just save it. All right, there's A, there's B, there's 27 and 7. So obviously, looking at this picture, for the 27-degree angle down here in this corner, this side is opposite. Here's the right angle, that's the hypotenuse, and then A, of course, is the adjacent side. All right, and trigonometry states with SOHCAHTOA, if I want to find the opposite side and I know the hypotenuse, sine's going to help me. If I want to find the adjacent side, I know the hypotenuse, cosine is going to help me. I don't know the opposite or the adjacent, so tangent's not going to help me. And those only work because now I know the angle is 27 degrees. And again, using trigonometry, I'm going to write it as so. So SOH is sine. We always do sine of an angle. The angle measures 27 degrees. I'm going to put that over 1. Equals opposite measure B over hypotenuse 7. I'm going to do cosine in red here. And again, good trigonometry, CIH is cosine of the angle measure, which is 27 degrees. So put that over 1. Equals the adjacent measure A over the hypotenuse. All you're doing is creating proportions out of this thing. So all we've got to do now is solve the proportions. I don't know what the sine or cosine of 27 degrees is. There's no reason anybody should know what the sine and cosine of 27 degrees is. I'm making sure I'm in degrees, not radians. You guys probably are going to be in degrees all year long if you already said it. If your calculator resets, though, I think it's automatically defaulting to radians. Make sure that you're in degrees before you do this. If I type in sine 27 equals and cosine 27 equals, it tells me what the sine and cosine measures are. I'm going to go 4 decimal places. So 0.4540 is this. And I believe it was 0.8910. Yep, 0.8910 is this. So at this point, I've just got a basic proportion. We did these back in Algebra 1. This product equals that product. V equals 0.4540 times 7. That comes out to 3.18. It was 3.178, I rounded. Okay? This product, 1 times A equals this product. 0.8910 times 7 comes out to 6.237, so 6.24. Some of you are still having struggles with this skill. These lead you to proportions. The proportions are solved using Algebra 1 skill. Cross multiply. Your calculator knows the values of sine and cosine of angle measures. Use your calculator to find these numbers, but then the numbers still have to be cross multiplied to figure out the values of A and B. Some of you are getting me these numbers and leaving those as your answers instead of actually going all the way through to getting the values of A and B. So be careful that you finish these problems out and do them at that level each time.